All right, guys, it is Monday, March the 1st. My mom's birthday is tomorrow, March the 2nd. Yay! Today was the first day of blended learning. I think, given what we were expecting, I think today turned out very well with kids in the classroom. We had 5 kids in here and then about 15 at home. So I think, that worked out pretty well. So we didn't have anything new today. We were actually just working on our project. So let's do a little bit of review, and then I'll show you guys about our project. All right, so remember for this project, you're finding things that are affecting trade between different countries. So the 4 main categories that we were talking about are politics, geography, culture, and economic development. So how those 4 things can impact trade between one country and another. So let me show you the directions. And just remember that you can have a partner for this project if you want it. So in Canvas, you'll see today's assignment, February the 25th through March the 12th, and also the week's assignment. So this is due March the 12th. This is next Friday. So you have 2 weeks to work on this. So what you guys are going to do, let me zoom this in a little bit. Now you'll only be able to see half my globe, but that's fine. So for this project, you're actually going to create a Google slideshow. So go to Google Slides. I'm just going to create a new one really quick. Google slideshow presentation. And of course, you'll have a title slide, whatever you want that to be. Let's say factors affecting trade. Sure. You can have a cool little background, like you could just type in international trade. Throw that back in the back. You can change the color of your text, just something to make the first slide look nice. And then like on your second slide, what I would do is I would go ahead and list my 8 countries that I wanted to do. So let's say I want to do Japan. And we're just going to do a couple of examples together. Let's say I want to do, what other countries do I like? I'll do Jamaica. I like Jamaica. Remember, you're doing 8. And I'll do North Korea as one. They're pretty crazy. All right, so grab your sheet of paper on your slides, just write down 8 countries that you like. And then what you're going to do is you're going to actually find something that would either help or hinder Japan trading with another country. So you can choose any of your 4 categories. So you can choose culture, economic development, geography, or political legal. Let's say for Japan, I want to do, they've got pretty cool technology. So I'm going to do Japan as economic development. Come on. All right, I'm going to go get a picture of a map. Blank global map. That way I can label my countries. I think this one's kind of cool. I'll use this one. Order sent to the back. And you can make these backgrounds if you want to. It's just easy for me just to send it to the back. All right, so Japan, economic development. I'll change that color just so it'll pop. All right, so now let's find something about Japan's technology that is impacting international trade. So what I'm going to do in Google, I'm going to type in how does the technology in Japan affect international business? So, of course, we need to pay attention to your directions. And here is part of your directions. Right here, your examples need to be later than the year 2014. So nothing old. So you 2015, 16, 17, all the way through 2021. And then you're going to research until you find how Japan's technology affects trade with another country. So I'm just going to start here. This looks like it might be a pretty good resource. Great. I don't want to download this. So I'm going to go to a different resource since that one was not flexible. And I'm going to read. Talking about the 1960s, too old. 60 to 90, still too old. 85, 86. And you guys see how I'm just kind of skimming. 89, so it looks like this is a pretty old resource. So it's not new enough. All right, so here's one, Japan-US impact of technology. Maybe. 1990, 1988, 1986, 1991. This looks like it's going to be pretty old too. Yep, pretty old. Maybe. Let's try one with the European Union. All right, let's see when this is, 2021. All right, it says the Japanese IT industry is a key driver of global economic growth. Although Japan has lost its once dominant position in the global IT industry and is facing increasing competition from foreign firms, Japanese companies still have a significant global presence and respected reputation. Efforts being made by the Japanese IT giants and by the government to make necessary reforms to Japan's IT sector in order to restore to its former glory. Let's see. Still nothing specific enough related to trade. Maybe. This is 2020. Okay, so it looks like this article right here will be a good example. It's talking about the United States and Japan actually working together more with their alliance to compete with the global giant of China related to technology. So it's talking about just making sure that the United States and Japan stay on the map as far as technology. To accomplish this, the United States and Japan must work together. Although Washington and Tokyo have long have a long history of collaborating productively in many areas of science and technology. The legacy of their economic competition 3 decades ago still exists, effective cooperation in important ways today. To date, the Allies have taken a wide range of steps to pursue their own form of techno-nationalism, including export controls, investment restrictions, research promotion, and information security. The Allies can do more to improve policy coordination and better balance the impulses of techno-nationalism and the realities of globalization. All right, so this is where our little piece comes in for our research. To preserve their technological edge. So the United States and so Japan can stay on top of our technology, like Apple with the iPhones. The United States and Japan should do what? They need to update their decades-old bilateral science and technology cooperation agreement, actually building more relationships with the private sector, which would be businesses, broaden cooperation and deepen funding pools on certain shared strategic priorities. So actually put artificial intelligence and quantum computing at the forefront. Invest in multilateral standard setting, improve bilateral policy, coordination on export controls and investment. It says Tokyo and Washington's overall goal should be to compete effectively with Beijing, which is China, in ways that elicit broad international collaboration, only by working together to revitalize domestic innovators and contain the spread of worldwide anti-globalization sentiments can the United States and Japan renew the foundation of their technological edge. So what I would do is I would put, maybe we could use, what was one of the mentions in here? Artificial intelligence, maybe? And get a picture. And then maybe use, this would be a good one. Copy. And I'm going to put this on Japan, actually. And I'm going to create a text box, insert a text box. Make sure that was going to type right. All right. See if I can zoom this in a little so you can see it a little better. Okay. So in order for the United States and Japan to remain competitive in the technology industry, they must work together by pulling their finances in, let's don't say pulling, by putting their finances into artificial intelligence and quantum computing. If they continue with their strong alliance, they can compete with China. Trying to make this, stretch that out for you so you can see it. All right, so that would be one for economic development. So then I would move on. And I would say, okay, Jamaica, let me do Jamaica. Let me choose a different category for Jamaica. I'm gonna do maybe, maybe something with culture, maybe body language. So I could type in how to do business in Jamaica. If I can find my mouse. Let's see. All right, Jamaica's business culture is based on respect and polite formalities. A suit, jacket, and tie should be worn to meetings. Punctuality is valued, and appointments and business cards are expected. Meetings are friendly but formal, and brevity is appreciated. Avoid high-pressure sales tactics, which are seen as confrontational. Bargaining is the norm here during negotiations, and a lot of time is spent reviewing details before contacts are drawn up. Maybe contracts? Table manners during dinner engagements follow European protocol. Okay. So what you could do for that one is maybe right here. Talking about, you know, how they conduct their meetings. So then I would go and I would probably say maybe business suit. Like maybe this guy. And of course, you'll get you a global map. I'm going to crop that. I'm going to crop that, try to crop it. If it'll let me. Oh well, you guys get the point. And I'm going to have my blank global map back here. Where's the back? I'm going to put this dude on Jamaica. And then I'm just going to type my little spiel. While doing business in Jamaica, other countries must remember to dress professionally, be on time, and bring a business card. There you go. Then you can do your little red highlights. And that's your second factor. And then you've got one factor that's economic and one factor that is, this one was culture. Let's see, culture, business meetings maybe, so you remember. Yeah, or professionalism, however you want to word it. And that's just two examples for this project that you guys are working on now. And just remember, if you're looking for specific directions, those are in Canvas. I've given you guys several examples on this map as well if you need to refer to different examples. But just remember, you're going to choose 8 different countries. With your factors, you're going to choose 2 from culture, 2 from economic development, 2 geography, and 2 political. Remember to use 2015 through 2021. Here's your examples of what you can include. Just make sure that you include your countries affected in the descriptions. Also include the website links where you found your information. So just make sure when you're doing your citations, you can put those on the slide, which will be fine. Or you can do them as like a citation slide if you want to. whichever way is fine. So I'm looking for at least 8 citations for this project. Of course, no citations is a 0. Make sure that your factors are matching the category. Make sure that you do have 8 of those factors, 2 from each category. Recent events, you can do videos or graphics that are directly correlating with each. So like the business suit guy, okay, him dressed in business attire was directly related to the factor. And then your 8 countries need to be labeled accurately on your map. We did not have an exit ticket today. So if you guys have questions about your project, let me know. And I'll see you guys tomorrow.